Alright, so we're gonna sandblast some of this rust all the way down. I got tarps up to try to like minimize the amount of sand everywhere. And hopefully I can recollect it and maybe reuse it. I don't know, we'll find out. Trying to avoid getting rid of this. I think we'll probably end up having to patch this down here, maybe the corner. The other side's definitely gonna have to happen. Let's go look at the other side. Yeah, so I already cut that corner out. We'll have to get patched. It was pretty bad. Ordered a bunch of new pieces, this like rocker panel and that rear plate in the back. I think I probably should have just bought this one too. I mean, I already got it down this far. I'm talking about 2 extra pieces. You can see inside it's rusty. I don't know. I think I might end up taking this out, cleaning it up, and then re-welding it back together. All right, let's go sandblast. Okay, so it's time to spray some parts. So I stripped all the old green EDP coating that Classic Fab puts on their parts when they send them out. I don't really trust that type of coating. It had like a really smooth surface and it came off really easy when I was sandblasting. I wasn't really using a heavy grit sandblast either, or media. I think it was like 100 grit or something, nothing crazy. It's like a medium coarse. But regardless, we're going to use steel epoxy primer. It's a 2-component system, and they actually want a 36 grit surface to apply to give it that actual mechanical grip. So I trust that a lot more. I've never actually used them before. This is a first. This is their sample kit. If it works out pretty good, I'll most likely order more. This stuff is really expensive too. Before we put that down, we're going to use some Eastwood prep. This is a pre-green painting prep. We'll use that on all these parts that we're going to spray. And yeah. So I'm going to use my primer gun. I actually have a 1.8 tip on this. I think Steelit recommends like a 2.2. I don't have that, so we're going to go with this and see how it works. So let's get into it. Clean these parts up and then we'll put the primer down. Let it sit for a couple hours. We'll come back and top coat it. And in the meantime, I'm going to do some other stuff on the car. All right, let's get to it. Alright, I got everything sandblasted. So a few spots I need to fix. I need to cut this out. And maybe over here too. Make a new piece. I still have to take this piece out. I got a cut right here. Let's see. This is still gonna get cut up a little bit further. I'll probably gonna coat everything with the epoxy primer and then trim it all the way up to here. Got all this sandblasted all the way up here. I'm gonna go over this with some 40 grit sandpaper too. Every little spot. I got this all sandblasted. I think I'm gonna do this later too when I get it on the rotisserie. You can see there's still some spots up there. I'll probably do this back panel last. Got this, and I'm not sure what happened here. I don't know if I want to fix this or not. I might cut this out and put a piece in there too, just so there's no moisture or anything getting through this. Little spot right there. Yeah, so that's all finished. And then I also have to fix this too. So I'm just gonna cut it out right here and weld a new piece on. Yep, so we'll do all that. Probably gonna coat everything first and then maybe fix these other spots. Or I don't know, maybe I'll fix this and that lower piece over on the passenger side, and then we'll go ahead and coat everything. I'd like to just mix everything all at once, coat everything, and walk away, come back, and then do the top coat. Yep, turned out pretty good. Thankfully there's no like serious rust, not that I can see. Alright, I got everything sanded. I gotta clean it with some prep, and then we'll put the epoxy primer down. Get that corner fixed. All of this is ready. Just gonna do the sides. Not gonna worry about this back yet. Fix that spot. I still have to do some work there and weld it on the bottom side. I'm gonna wait on that. Got this area. Do this whole side. And I got these three pieces. These all go into the quarter panel. This is for this spot right here that I messed up. And I got, this is the lip side for this wheel well. This side's already coated. Then we got the rocker panel. Then we got the quarter panel, another wheel well, and then two lower plates. Alright, second coat, let that sit. Alright, we got everything coated. This is with the primer and top coat. Got this all sprayed, turned out pretty good. Got this finished. Wheel wells, those are just sitting in there for now. All the way to the top. I think what I'm going to do is we'll weld up the wheel well, that lower inner plate,
and then the rocker panel. We'll leave the quarter panel off. So when I go to like sandblast everything inside here, I don't want a bunch of sand just collecting right in all like these small spots I'm not going to be able to get to after the quarter panel is on. I don't really want there to be leftover sand inside here and then it collect moisture and then eat through this coating. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of doing this. Still got the sandblasted. I'm not going to coat that until later. And I guess as far as I'm aware or what I could figure out, this is not weldable. So I have to go back through all these little spots where I'm going to weld and grind it down and put actual weld through primer on it. So that was a mistake on steel. It's a different product they sell that is stainless coating and is also weldable, but this epoxy and top coat does not straight up say that it is weldable. So I'm gonna take that as a no that it's not, which is all right. We'll go back through and grind some of these spots down. At least everything else around it will be coated properly. I'm gonna let this sit for about a day, let it cure out, and then we'll start working on it again. So I got these big C-clamps. I took some coupon plates and I TIG welded it. It's pretty good for this job. It actually kind of making it easy. And pretty much all I'm doing is just clamping top and bottom, and I'm making it so I'm following this inner lip, making sure that we're even all the way across.